Hi guys. Not much to go off this week, so this might be a brief one. First up, in an unprecedented move apart from when it happened 2 weeks ago, a Conservative MP has defected to the Labour Party. Natalie Elphicke had heads spinning as she entered the chamber for this week's PMQs and joined the opposition benches. Here's why that's mental. Natalie Elphicke is a Conservative. Proper Conservative. The kind that supported and still supports Boris Johnson. The kind that was a member of the European Research Group alongside Jacob Rees-Mogg, Suella Braverman and Steve Baker. The kind that, until a few days ago, had actually backed the Rwanda bill. She inherited the role of MP for Dover after her husband, Charlie Elphicke, was convicted for sexual assault, and not only did she defend him, but she actually wrote to one of the judges adjudicating the case to try and influence the trial. What might be worse is that there is a rumour that the actual Labour candidate for Dover, Mike Tapp, apparently didn't know about Natalie's defection. Nobody actually told the Labour guy that there was a new Labour guy. She's confirmed that she will be stepping down at the next election, so presumably Mike Tapp will now move forward as the Labour candidate with the support of Natalie. But if it's true that he didn't know about it, then Labour really need to sweep up that mess because it makes them look like complete arseholes. But one question still remains. Why did Keir take Natalie in? Well, the obvious answer is publicity. For the average person, they're seeing a blue-blooded Tory defect to Labour on the basis of border security and housing. That gives them legitimacy when it comes to their claims that they will be serious about the border and building new housing. So the next question is it worth it? Well, it sort of depends. If you're looking to generate the absolute most amount of votes as possible, then yeah, it probably is worth it. If you're looking to be honest and ideologically consistent and don't want to legitimise some really kind of shitty people, then no, it's not. My opinion is that it's a shit move, and I'd rather have just seen her leave the Conservative Party and shit on Rishi on the way out, but hey-ho, let me know what you think in the comments. In other news, George Galloway continues to confirm that he's a homophobic arsewipe with no mates. He was interviewed by Novara Media to talk about the Workers' Party of Britain, of which he is the party leader, and also about how he thinks gay people are abnormal. But not in a bad way, just that, they aren't the same as you and I. But it's not that he dislikes them, you understand, it's just that the human race would go extinct if we encourage homosexuality, so we definitely shouldn't encourage homosexuality. Honestly, I've at least got to admire the fact that he wears a fedora, so you can tell that he's a complete cunt without having to go through the effort of actually talking to him. You might have seen a clip of him hanging up an LBC interview because he was asked about his homophobic comments, but apparently he's all for holding politicians to account and asking them tough questions until it's being asked of him, obviously. He said that he has put his children into a Catholic school because he doesn't want them to be taught that there are 76 genders. He couldn't be accused of bringing too much evidence to support the fact that that's what schools are teaching, so we can stick that in the "this definitely isn't happening" box and move on. You might have also heard that former England cricketer Monty Panar announced that he would be standing as a candidate for the Workers' Party as well. This came as a surprise to many, despite his experience as a cricketer, meaning he's already very good at standing around doing absolutely fuck all day. In just about 1 week, Monty has gone from zero political experience to meeting George Galloway once, to then standing as a candidate for his party, then stepping down as a candidate after he was interviewed by The Times. In the interview, he showed that he has absolutely no fucking clue what NATO is, despite leaving NATO being an ambition of his party, and also talked about how we're losing control of our borders, despite controlling the border not being an ambition of his party. I think that he must have thought NATO is what controls our borders, and that it's, doing a bad job at it. I don't know, it was a fucking car crash. And look, I empathise with the stuff about redistribution of wealth and all that. I'm very pro-working class, and the wealth gap is something that needs to be addressed, but I feel like that's secondary to the party's focus. The Workers' Party, to me, seems like it's 80% focused on supporting Palestine, 10% focused on a referendum on remaining a part of NATO, and the remaining 10% is focused on running the country. I feel like it's more of a statement, a protest, than a real option. But even if you can forgive the homophobia, or the wearing of hats indoors, or the stronger focus on Palestine than Britain, we should all join together and draw the line at pretending to be a cat on Big Brother. Thirdly and finally, I alluded to this earlier, but Keir Starmer has confirmed that he will be scrapping the Rwanda scheme immediately if Labour wins the upcoming election. Of course, this isn't really news, given that anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together knows that this entire charade is nothing but a complete waste of taxpayers' money for the sole purpose of punishing desperate foreigners, but he actually gave us more information than absolutely necessary, which is a pleasant surprise. He says that once the Rwanda shit's fucked off, it would free up about £75 million in the first year alone to spend on, actually processing asylum requests and policing the border. He says that he will establish a new border security unit that combines the Border Force, MI5 and National Crime Agency to clamp down on gangs that are running the small boat routes. I should put a disclaimer here to say that he said this about 3 days ago, so he could have changed his mind, who knows. Smart, big brain people from Oxford have commented that they believe this strategy was unlikely to make a massive difference, but at the same time we have basically no more information other than, wouldn't it be good if we did other stuff? So I think that we should probably wait for more information on it. Now, the one thing we do know is that the amount of people coming into the country in small boats is up a third compared to last year already, and an almost 15% increase on the historically high 2022. I don't know what the most efficient or effective thing to do is, but I do know that anything is better than what we're doing right now. As I said before, leave me a comment down below on your thoughts, and also why you think Rishi Sunak is a complete gimp. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please do like and subscribe, it really helps. Just a heads up before I sign off, I'll be going away next weekend, so unfortunately I won't be able to put out next week's video, but we'll be back on the horse the following week, so look forward to that. A huge thank you to my stunning and professional supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to support, you can do so from just £1 a month, the link is in the description. Love you, bye bye.